right. Cool. All right, let's get going here. Let me get my screen shared. All right. Desktop 2.
There's multiple of you. You figured out how to duplicate yourself.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Now, all right, Zoom, yes. Screen recording, yes. Love this. Oh man. All right. Later. Let's see if it works. Sorry guys. New computer's totally reformatted, so it's like a all right, here we go. I think we're good now. Yes. Can you guys see that screen?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Good. Now we're cooking. All right. Let me fix this here. And we're okay. I got on and tested everything but sharing my screen before the call, so it would be nice and smooth today. And of course, all right, cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, happy Friday. Welcome to the First Friday meetings for all of the FYR group. We are excited that you guys are here. We appreciate you taking the time to come hang out with us. We've got lots of good stuff today, so we're going to cruise through pretty quick. I'm going to share with you the agenda real quick, and then Kristen's going to launch in and start sharing some cool info with you. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to welcome our guests. We're going to say happy birthday, not sing, Kyle, no singing. And welcome our new agents. Talk about some cool milestones that people in the group have reached. We've got a bunch of news and announcements for you guys today. And then we have our peanut butter and jelly systems challenge, which I know you guys have been eagerly awaiting. So we're going to have some fun with that. And we'll get a chance to laugh at you guys, and you get a chance to laugh at us. So it'll be good. we only mess with the people that we love. All right. So let's fly through. And do we have any guests that are here with us today? Do we have anybody that wants to introduce a guest?
We do. We've got Michelle Cretion on, who is Michelle and I have known each other for probably 10 years. She's a lender in New Hampshire, owns a lending business, and I'll let her say hi. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, guys. Hello, everyone. I'm actually out in Detroit, Michigan right now. I just finished with Tony Robbins and Tarek El Moussa from HGTV, who from stage did nothing but plug how awesome EXP is, that he's got a group there. So it was kind of cool.
That is awesome. I love it. That's cool. Yeah, I think I saw a picture. You were pretty up close and personal with Tony, huh?
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Front row seats. Not bad. Well, welcome. We are so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, we have Craig Ross on here.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Craig's from Richmond, Virginia. He's a VCU alumni. That's where my daughter goes to school. He's with Long and Foster, and he's an entrepreneur. He's been in sales pretty much his whole life with a family business. And he's owned rentals and done flips, and we're excited to have him on here as a guest. Craig, you want to say anything about yourself?
It's a pleasure to meet everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing what the EXP experience is about.
Awesome. Craig, thanks for being here. It's good to see you in person.
Pleasure.
Had a chance to chat the other day. So yeah, glad you're here, and this is a great group. So if you ever have any questions or anything, and of course referrals all over the country, opportunities. So great to have somebody down in the Richmond area. Good to have a friend in a new market. So glad you're here. All right, anybody else? Good to go. All right, everybody else, the rest are all veterans. Awesome. All right, cool deal, guys. Well, welcome. We're glad to have our guests here. Guests are welcome anytime. And as always, in case you run into a guest in your local market, guests are they're just friends hanging out with us and everything else like that. So don't go starting any rumors. That can be hurt somebody's business. So they're just friends hanging out with us. All right, Kristen, you want to take over?
Sure, okay, awesome. Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. I'm super excited about today. So just as David already said, we're gonna run through the slides really quickly. We have so much to cover. So I'm gonna do my best Italian and talk super fast, but don't worry if you miss anything, we're gonna post all the slides on Workplace after the call. So first, it's May 5th. I was kind of sad we didn't have any May 4th birthdays, but maybe next year we will. Want to give a big shout out to Seth Chapman, Justin Robbins, Kelly Walker, Corey Smothers, Avery Roberts, and Nadia. I am not going to pronounce your last name because I will murder that. So happy birthday. If anyone's on this call and you have a May birthday and we missed you, please speak up now so we can be sure to recognize you and don't forget you next year.
Famuina.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, what he said. I don't want to murder your name.
I got you, Nadia.
All right, listen, so that's so if we don't have anybody else, happy birthday to these people. We'll be wishing a happy birthday on their actual day in workplace. But hopefully you guys celebrate all month long like I do. So next we're going to welcome our new agents. We are so excited to welcome these agents. I don't know, I know a couple of you guys are on the call. I know that Samantha is on the call on her phone. So welcome, Samantha. So happy that you're here. I know Andrea just became active yesterday, so that's super exciting. And I think she's on the call. And I believe Amanda is also with us today. So welcome, guys. And then we have Deepak in New Jersey. He was also getting licensed in Colorado. I think you have a big move coming up. And Michelle McKnight in Pennsylvania.
Awesome. Check that out. Pennsylvania, Colorado, New Jersey, Maine, and Delaware. We're repping all the states. So great job, guys. Welcome. It's so fun to have our family get bigger. So we're glad you're here. And yeah, it's Kyle, Avery, Chris, Patty, and Jen as sponsors. So guys, congratulations and great job.
All right, we also we love to recognize everyone for all their accomplishments. So we just want to give a big shout out to David, please help me.
Oh, Isan Myers.
Isan Myers, and Kim Jenkins for having their first transaction with EXP. So congrats, guys, the first of many.
Yes. Love it, guys. Great job. Sorry, I'm slowing the slides over here.
It's all right. And we want to give another big shout out to Kyle Lounsbury, who was selected to be on the Delaware Advisory Panel. That is a huge honor. So congrats, Kyle.
Kyle, do you want to share just a couple seconds about what that is?
I'm going to learn. Monday, we have a call with Lisa Lowe, but I guess it's just going to be going through and just continuing to help grow EXP specifically in the state and make it a better opportunity and talk through anything is my understanding. It's just a very active role of saying, hey, what can we do to make Delaware better?
Awesome. Yeah, we've got EXP has the Agent Advisory Council that's for the United States, and then there's a global agent advisory council, and then every state is now creating their own agent advisory council just with licensed agents in that state to talk about what's needed there, how to keep that state cranking, growing, and serving the agents in the state. So that's it's the agent voice. So you guys are repping all of the agents in your state if you get on that advisory council. So great role and a nice honor to be selected, Kyle. Congrats.
Thank you very much. If you have any thoughts, and if you're in Delaware, let me know.
Ooh. Can we take this one?
Sure, you can.
Okay. So one of the things that Kristen and I are really, really excited about, now that my calendar looks a little bit different than it used to. It used to be kind of just a whole bunch of overlapping boxes of meetings from like 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. Now it looks a lot more open, and that's great. But I don't like to sit around, and we don't like to sit around, so we're filling it with stuff that we're excited to do. So we've been pretty busy loading it up. So you can see here, we're going to go through a lot of these, so I'm not going to dig into detail on this. And Kristen's going to talk a little bit about the FYR calendars that are out there where you can find everything that's happening, whether it's virtual, a major event to travel to, or something that's a local event in your marketplace, and how to find them and that kind of stuff. But you can see on here, we've got a ton of stuff that we're adding in here. And we'll be adding in more and more as we go through. So we're excited to share all of those things with you. Why don't you tell them about the calendars?
All right, guys, this is something that I'm super excited about, because I've been trying, as our group expands across the US and internationally, I want to be able where you guys can find, you guys can do a one-stop shop to find out not only what's going on with our fire group, but also what's going on in your state and the other states that you're looking to attract. So what we do is we have 4 Google calendars. We have one that's going to be our fire group. On that calendar, you're going to find our First Friday Zooms, like the one today. You're going to have that Zoom link. So if you have a guest that you want to invite, you can just copy that Zoom link and send it out to them. Make sure you let us know if you have a guest coming. David's going to start doing FYR Fridays, and I'll let him talk about that in a few minutes. Transformational Tuesdays, you'll learn about that in a second. But again, just all of these classes, corporate events, attraction events. And the most exciting part is we're going to have, we have a regional calendar set up for every region in the US, East, West, and Central. And so maybe as we get bigger, we'll maybe break those up like North and South. But for right now, we're just going to plug in what's happening in the states and that we currently have agents in, the meetings, trainings, classes, orientations, as well as anything happening locally. So if you go onto the FYR East calendar, if you're on the East Coast, or if you want to come visit the East Coast, you're going to see what's happening here, and maybe you can plan a trip out and we get to meet you. So just basically a really quick overview. You can, when we post this, you'll be able to click on the link for each calendar and you can add it. But it also, if you read it on the bottom, I've also posted this in Workplace before. I'm going to be updating it all the time. So make sure that you go ahead and add it to your calendar and check to see what is new. All right, David, that's you.
I'll jump on that one. All right. So we have First Friday. So we're doing this the first Friday of every month for the whole group. And then some of you have, other groups where you're meeting at other times. But one of the things that I want to do, one of my primary focuses and things that I love is, focusing on growth and the opportunity to build revenue share and agent attraction here. And so I want to make sure that we're pouring into you on a regular basis on that. So First Fridays is an hour, first Friday of the month. The second, third, and fourth Friday of the month, I'm going to do a 30-minute segment, same time. So we're going to do 10 to 10:30 every Friday, FYR Fridays. I'll be there, unless we're on vacation or something like that, but I'll be there every Friday. And then I'm going to be bringing in some awesome guests. So we'll be bringing in some of the top influencers in the company. Glenn Sanford has agreed to jump in on one of the calls with us. So you'll be hanging with the founder and CEO of the company. We'll get Michael, we'll get Jason, we'll get, all the executive team in here so that you can get to know them. You can kind of hear their vision, talk about, what they're seeing in the company and how it's growing, and do a little Q&A, and just to kind of hang out. I want you guys to have access to the best. I want you guys to have access to the people who are building the company, who are leading the company, and those that are kind of out ahead of us and doing some things. So, want that to be part of the benefit of being in this group, is having direct access, straight to people that are doing it at the highest level. Those are the circles you want to get into. Those are the relationships that you want to make. Those are the people that you want to learn from. And so I'll be talking about agent attraction, and we'll be talking about what works and answering questions and all that kind of stuff. But then we'll also be having some speakers and that kind of stuff in there. So we'll be doing that for 30 minutes every Friday. Except for the first Friday where we're all hanging out and doing this. And real quick, the Zoom link is on here. You guys are going to get all these slides, so the Zoom links will be in there, but they'll also be on the FYR calendar. This will be on the main FYR calendar, so you can go in there and click the Zoom link, etc. All right, it's you.
All right, guys, this is my baby. I'm super excited about this. So I'm calling it Transformational Tuesdays. I'm hoping that you guys will get up with me at 8 a.m. for a really quick 30-minute, just kind of prayer, gratitude, and devotional time. You do not have to be on camera. You do not have to be, you can put a hat on. You don't have to be presentable at all. I don't care. I'd love to see your smiling face. But if you're driving and you can't be on camera, you kind of want to just listen in. I just love to have you join us. So we're going to be starting this book. It's called Words of Jesus, just really quick daily devotionals. We're going to be doing them every Tuesday. But I also want to be able to let you guys know, I want to be able to celebrate anything that you have great that's going on in your life, what you're grateful for that day or for that week. I also want to know if you guys have a prayer request that we can pray for you. If you want to share it anonymously, you can text me, you can email me, just let me know. I would say by 7:50 that morning, every Tuesday, you can let me know throughout the week. David and I pray for our group on a daily basis. But if you're interested in just coming and getting a little motivation and a little prayer time and devotion on Tuesday mornings, I would love to have you join me. So no pressure. You can get the book or not get the book. My book comes today, so I'll be going through it. If you have any questions, my cell phone's there. You can text me. Guests again are always welcome to come. You don't have to say anything, but we're going to be on here and we're just going to be praying for EXP, praying for our families, praying for our group, and just being grateful.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. I love that you're doing that. This will be great. So yeah, great thing to pop into, guys. And again, even if you're not able to be there, you can shoot over any requests or anything that you want us to either mention or not mention, even if it's something that we're just praying for privately for you. Ooh, okay. And we have some other cool stuff going on. Go ahead on this one too.
Oh boy. Okay. So we are going to be doing in our Pennsylvania, Delaware area, we're going to be doing local happy hours. And so this is something that we've only done twice. We've done one in Delaware and one in PA. And they were super fun. And so you can see the schedule. If you're close by, New Jersey, Maryland, I don't know, somewhere in the state and you want to come, we'd love to have you come and join us. This is something that we would love to see take place around the US, wherever we have agents. So you do not have to feel the need to provide free drinks or food or anything. Basically, we would love to we would encourage you guys to find the fire agents in your area, encourage other EXP agents to come, aid to other companies. This is not an EXP explained event. It's basically a networking time to get to know other people in your area. And just invite. Brent Gove said it best, be a professional inviter, network, get to do it. And if you do something like that, let us know. We want to put it on the calendar to let everyone else know. You can do it once a month. You can do it once a week. We're choosing to do one in PA and one in Delaware once a month. And then we're going to kind of see how that goes. And if it's really popular, then we're going to do it more often. We have chosen a certain day and a certain time every time. That way it's consistent across the board. If you have any questions, reach out to us and let us know. And then for anyone who is local, or again, who wants to come out to the East Coast, David is joining forces with Frank Panuto, who's in our group, who's also the East Regional Growth Director, who's amazing, and local mega agent Stacy Crowley. And we're going to be doing another event at Penn Oaks. It's going to be incredible. It's not going to be virtual or live streamed, but this is something, for if you're tracking in this area, if you want to come, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm 2 hours away, I really want to come, we encourage you to come. Registration will be coming soon. But again, all that information will be emailed out to you, as well as put on the FYR calendar.
Yeah, and guys, what we're hoping to do, over time, we'll be, I'll be able to, and we'll be able to travel around a little bit and do some classes in different markets and different states and that kind of stuff as well. So we're looking forward to putting that kind of stuff on the calendar as our kids are both off to college in the fall. So we get even an additional layer of freedom to be out and about and that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, and ongoing, we have some pretty incredible people in this group, very, very high producing agents, big teams, people that have been in leadership and that kind of stuff. People that are coaches and everything else. So you guys can be doing this in your own market. People in the group can be traveling around and doing this. It's a great, they say profits never welcome in their own town, right? Everybody knows your dirty laundry in your own market. But to have someone come in, I mean, they may be the same level of production as you, but they're from a different market and suddenly they're a genius, right? They say when the teacher is ready, the student appears. So you guys have opportunities to travel around. I would shoot out into the group and say, hey guys, these are my specialties. And I love to do public speaking and teaching. Here's my background. I'm available to come to your market, that kind of stuff. So if you guys want to go around and do that for each other and get that going, that's great. We're happy to help you with the way that we're setting these up between the happy hours and the training classes and stuff, just so you can see what our systems are and our processes are for that, so that you guys can duplicate that in your own markets. Happy hours, super easy, super fun. And you don't have to overcomplicate it, but it's, I've found this over, the last 20 some odd years of growing brokerages that, building those relationships is where it starts. And so, no pressure, not, surrounding people and talking EXP to them, taping them to a chair, making them watch a video or anything. It's just a matter of hanging out and, building great relationships, and then, doors open from that. So anyway, so happy to help you guys, if you want to do that locally. Want to do that one?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is something also that's super exciting. I know it was probably a little bit difficult to get on Dave's calendar and get a call scheduled with him in the past, but not anymore. So David has blocked 2 hours every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every week, just for you guys. And so these are designed to, if you have something that you really need to discuss with David in depth, you can do that. If it is someone that you're trying to bring somebody on and you want to introduce them and do a 3-way Zoom, it's perfect for that. And so the link is right there. If you are meeting with somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, let me see if I can get Dave on the phone really quick. These are super quick, like under 5 minutes phone calls. You can text David. Full disclosure, we might be walking our dog, we might be on the lacrosse field, we might be in the car, but if he's available, you can be like, hey, are you available? I've got an agent. Yep, okay, cool. You can call, he'll pick up and answer a couple quick questions for you. But we are just excited to make ourselves more accessible to you. Not only on the attraction side, but just also to help you grow your business and to be successful in real estate. So go ahead, this is his Calendly link. If I were you, I would just bookmark it on your computer. That way, in case you have something, and we're going to be really purposeful about trying to keep those time slots open. And if for some reason we are not, we will go ahead and block it off. But you've got 2 hours, 3 days a week.
Yeah, these are primarily for, for me to do like third-party validation, or to meet with someone that you're talking with, a producer, a team, a brokerage or whatever, anything like that, and to talk EXP, answer questions and everything else. But if you have some other things, if you have some questions and just need some support, need to bounce some ideas off or whatever, feel free to use it for that as well. So the time is there, and just look forward to doing that. And like Kristen said, for the other ones, if you're just sitting with someone, you're like, hey, how cool it is, check this out. We can call, we have direct access to Dave. He can help us out, do whatever. We have quick questions here. Look, boom, here, let me text him real quick and see if he's around. If you text me and say, hey, I'm sitting with someone, do you have a second? I'll jump on a Zoom with you right there, or a FaceTime call or something else like that, no matter where I am. And we'll just talk real quick. I'll say hi to them. I'll validate you and everything else like that. And it'll just be like, see how easy that was. This is the access that we've got in our group. So that kind of stuff, you don't have to set up a Calendly for that. You just text me.
And then also, I just saw in the chat, Jim Bernstein, who's a really good friend of ours and lives locally in PA. He's a 30-year plus builder and flipper, and he's available to anyone in our group as well that has any questions. So feel free to reach out to Jim if that is something that you are have questions about. Yeah,
Jim's been a team leader and a leader in the industry and everything else. We've got a couple of folks in here that have been managers, team leaders, broker owners, regional directors, all that kind of stuff for major organizations. So we have a really incredible group that you can go to as a resource. If I'm, there's a different personality that meshes, so you can pick someone in the group and connect with them. That's great. And if someone's not available, then you've got a whole group of people to pick from. So really awesome support.
Well, and then also to piggyback on that real quick, we are having a Google Doc come out to you guys very soon. I think Kyle mentioned it on last Friday's call to piggyback on what David just said. You guys can, it will, you can add information in brokerage, you know, what your volume is, what your experience is. That way you guys can use our group to support each other. And that we've like, oh, I have a really big team from Berkshire Hathaway. Oh my gosh, this agent was from Berkshire. They were a manager. You guys can connect and then,
Yep.
and take it from there. It's coming.
Okay. Cool. All right. So just run through some of the stuff that's out there. Looking forward to getting into more teaching and that sort of thing. Attraction series. I've taken that attraction series and I've broken it down into 2 core components so we can get through it a little bit more quickly and I can teach it more frequently. That one is all focused on agent attraction, but it does include things like mindset, planning, understanding, and that kind of stuff, putting all of your processes together and then understanding how to have different conversations with people so that it is truly needs-based. And you know, allows you to you know, help other people. And so that's coming up really soon. So May 23rd and 24th. So I haven't announced this publicly yet. This is the first time I'm talking about putting this out there. So you guys get first crack at it. I'm not going to require a registration for it. So we'll send you guys, actually I have some slides on this. So that's coming up. That's virtual. We'll be teaching a listings masterclass live in Pennsylvania. Frank's going to be jumping in with that as well as Stacy. And then I'm going to be teaching a team building class. I have coached some of the top producing teams around the country, you know, 200, 300, $400 million producers, large teams, 45 people, that kind of stuff. And, you know, I've been doing that for a long time and, you know, studied it myself and that sort of thing. Of course, building our own teams and going through all the processes. So I'm going to be doing a leverage 1, 2, and 3 class. It's going to be offered in the month of July. I'll be teaching the 5 Ps of a great team. I'll be teaching DISC and then business planning class, and I'm going to do that live locally here. So we'll do a big, you know, a huge local live class, but I'll also do that virtually. So you guys can attend and you can also invite any guests on that. So that'll all be on the FYR calendar. So attractions coming up this May 23rd and 24th. It's from 3 to 4:30 Eastern via Zoom. And so this is how it's going to be broken down. Session 1, 3 to 4:30 on the 23rd. It's going to be how to create opportunity. And then on the 24th, it's going to be converting with confidence. So understanding the whole entire process, understanding the psychology behind the conversations and how to really get down to what people need and make sure that we're meeting those needs in a meaningful way so that we're not just, you know, out there bringing people in, but we're actually out there changing lives and impacting people's businesses. So there's the Zoom link on there. Again, you'll get all of this stuff and you guys could just put that on your calendar. And then you can, and this is something that you can share out as well. Some of the major corporate events coming up, of course, Summit is almost here, May 17th through the 20th in Orlando, Florida. You can still register. So you can still go to this. This is the, you know, one of the 2 big corporate events of the year. So we've got this one happening. There are, I forget how many agents, but tons of agents and coaches going to be on stage and in breakout sessions. So a lot of training, a lot of learning, a lot of agents sharing best practices. And a lot of fun. And of course, they did rent out Universal Studios. We rented out the entire place again. So if you guys went last time, it was crazy. It was so much fun. And to wander around, have all your EXP family, you know, all over the place, but also like no lines because it wasn't as crowded as it normally would be. It was just us. Super fun. And, you know, all the food and drink is all free. You just wander around, grab what you want, jump on all the rides that you want to go on. Excuse me, and have a great time. So that's coming up. Encourage you guys to get to that. Build 23. This is, again, primarily growth focused for this one. This is going to be in San Antonio, Texas. It's going to be a little bit different. It'll be smaller than some of the other ones. And it's in San Antonio, July 10th through the 12th. So you want to get registered for that if growth is one of your focuses alongside building your sales business. And then EXPCon is the other, and Build is put on by agents, right? So we support that as a company, but that is put on by agents. And it is, if you haven't been to one of Brent's events, he owns his own events company and they do it big time, right? So it is their first class. EXPCon 2023. This is another great one. Unfortunately, with Shareholder Summit, it plops right at the same time as Sophia's last week of school for her senior year, with all of the activities for school for your senior year and stuff. So we're going to miss Summit this year. Unfortunately, we always go to those. This will be the first one we miss. But Those are great events, but EXPCon, love for us all to plan to get there together. If we have people in our group going to be any of these events, get together, do dinners and stuff. We always do that when we're there. EXPCon in October in Vegas. You can pre-register for that. It's a great time. Last time we had a great dinner. We had the Fredericks there and a whole bunch of other people, not in our group, that are some top folks, as well as our group, for a fun dinner. We get together, sit together, do all that fun stuff. So encourage you guys to get to that. Another awesome event. More to follow. And we do want to give a shout out for Christiana. Christiana is one of the leaders in our group as well. And she has been obviously a top producer, longtime leader in real estate, as well as a coach and an educator. Phenomenal stuff. So she's partnered up with Mike Hart, who's actually not in our group, just another EXP agent in Northern Virginia. And they're going to be doing a huge event of training, education, coaching, and all that fun stuff. So learn how to thrive in a shifting market. And so this is something that they've got going on Wednesday, May 10th from 4 to 7. So the information is here. You guys will get these slides, but if you're in the area, or if you have some friends in the area that you want to send this to, everyone is welcome. So you can send this out and people can get to this event. It'll be phenomenal. Note, between Christiana and Mike, the content will be amazing. It'll be really, really good stuff. And almost done here, because we are getting ready to do the peanut butter jelly systems challenge. You guys ready for this? Okay, I need you to get some paper. All right, I need you to get some paper out. I'll show you how this works. Okay, there's a method to our madness, but you need to get some paper out somewhere where you can write down something. Okay. And you were going to pretend that I or Kristen or Martians or whatever, right? Just came down to earth, and we've never seen or made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before, ever. Okay. So we don't know really what they are, and you're going to teach us how to make them. Okay. So we've got a jar of peanut butter and a jar of jelly, a loaf of sliced bread in a bag, 2 knives, and a napkin. You can use whatever of that you want, but that's what's there. And we're going to transfer to another room where we've got it all laid out. You guys have 8 minutes to write instructions for us how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay. So you're going to write out the instructions step by step. And then we're going to get 2 volunteers, and you're going to read your instructions to us, and we're going to make your sandwich. Okay. Are you ready? Everybody ready? All right. All right, good. Time starts now. Go ahead and write out your instructions. And if I could get music to play, I would do that, but I can't. So hum to yourself while you write out instructions. All right, you have 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Can we go full screen on you guys so we can actually see?
Well, are you finished with your description?
I'm ready.
I got mine done.
I'm debating whether to have fun or to be nice.
Is there any way?
I'm done with
Is there
mine
any other way
too.
than having fun?
Because you know, you guys have time for a shower afterwards, right? You have to do exactly what we say, right?
Yep. Okay.
All right.
All right, can you guys see us okay?
Yes,
All right, and you can hear us okay?
yep.
All right.
Well, they have like a minute and a half.
No, I got 30 seconds.
Oh.
30 seconds.
Well, I was gonna give you more time.
Nope.
You guys
All
have
right.
on the floor?
All right, as you wrap it up. So listen, I need 2 volunteers. And so the first volunteer, I want someone, and guys, there's no cheating on this, right? You must read, so you can't make it up as you're going. You can't add to it. You must read exactly what you wrote. Don't cheat because it'll ruin the whole thing, right? You gotta there's a method to the madness. There's a lesson behind this. So don't cheat. All right, so I want someone who.
Julie and Bryce have theirs posted on the chat.
I know. I want someone who was challenged by this. I want someone who is afraid that theirs is not very good. They weren't quite sure how to do it. I want someone who, they tried. You tried hard. You wrote out your instructions. You're looking at it. You're going, I don't know. Right? Do we have someone like that who wrote out the instructions the best they could, but maybe aren't thrilled with them?
Have them raise your hand.
Raise your hand in the on the like use the raise hand feature on this so I can see. I'm looking. Do we have someone?
I don't.
Do we have any raised hands?
No, I know mine's good.
I like it. I like the confidence. All
Oh,
right.
we just picked 2 people. Oh, hold on, Grady.
All right, Grady, is that you?
Yeah.
All right, brother. We're going with Grady. Okay. Oh, no, we don't have to. That wasn't instructions. I got to make it on here.
I don't know
All right, Grady.
Gonna work out.
So, Grady, I'm going to be the guinea pig for you.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to be the guinea pig for you. So you are going to, you see what we've got here, right? Just like I told you. Got a napkin, 2 knives, jar of peanut butter, jar of jelly, bag of bread. We're good to go. But you're going to read your directions step by step, and I'm going to make the sandwich.
All right.
Go ahead.
Take 1 knife.
Okay.
Open both jars of PB&J first.
Do what now?
Open both jars of peanut butter and jelly.
All right. Okay. All right. Open jar of peanut butter. Open the jar of jelly. Okay.
Yeah, but how do you know how to do that? You're an
I know, right? I have to determine how literal we're going to be, but I'm gonna be pretty tough on you. But at least you said open the jar, so not everyone says that, so we're good. All right, and just read it right as is. Go ahead.
All right. Take 1 knife, insert it into the peanut butter.
Okay.
Scoop out peanut butter. Okay.
Okay.
Take 1 slice of bread.
Oh my gosh.
Spread 1 slice of bread.
What? I didn't open the bag.
He doesn't know how to open it.
Okay. So what am I doing?
Just read it. Keep reading it.
Keep reading.
Go ahead, Grady. Keep going. You can't make it up. You got to keep going.
All right. Spread evenly onto 1 slice of bread.
Is that-
I see
is
that,
that
I see
okay? Is
the
that-
error of my ways now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit.
Okay, so repeat
Uh-huh.
process with jelly.
Got it? I was looking, God, I can't wait to eat. Amazing. Okay, and now what?
Now I eat the sandwich.
Oh, I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I can see
Hold
why.
on.
I can see why you Earthlings love peanut butter and
I got
jelly.
a glass of milk for you, Dave.
All right, love it. Love it. All right, well, thank you, Grace. I appreciate your participation in that. And you know, the beautiful thing is that's exactly what I wanted, right? One of them, at least one of them, can't work perfectly because that'll be the point, right? All right, now somebody was bragging that they had a great.
Yeah, who was that?
That was me.
Who was that?
That's Kathy.
All right,
Kathy.
Kathy.
All right, Kathy. Here you go. Kathy's got extreme confidence in hers, and if we have time, we'll do another one.
Be kind, to
Okay.
me, Kathy.
So, Kathy,
All right.
now you cannot make it up. You cannot alter from what was written. You must read exactly as written with no embellishments. Okay.
Okay, this is what I wrote.
Okay. Go ahead.
Take the container that holds the white fluffy stuff substance. We, it's the, we call that bread. Open
Okay.
it by removing the small fastener from the top of it.
All right. Very good. Good so far. Good so far. You're ahead of Grady because you were getting the bread out of the bag.
Okay. Now remove a quantity of 2 of the bread and place it on the thin sheet.
The thin sheet.
We call that the napkin.
Okay.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right. And no, it has to be 100% as written.
Okay. And I can't see you at the same time, but okay, I'm reading this from my notes. Open the 2 containers by holding one end in one hand and the other end in the other hand and twist it so that it opens.
Good.
Do the same thing with the other one. Now take the long shiny implement. That was very detailed. And dip it in the thick brown substance.
Well, you should hold the other end.
And
And move it to one of the fluffy things. Move it to one of the breads.
no, can you go back one
Yeah.
step?
And make sure you're reading it exactly as your notes.
Okay.
You cannot
Take-
change or embellish.
Okay, take the long shiny implement and dip it in the thick brown substance and move to one of the fluffy items and move the implement so that you distribute it evenly onto the bread. Did you get the stuff out of it?
Well,
Oh, I can't.
you told me
This is what we've got.
you told me to stick it in.
Okay. All right.
All
Now
right.
do the same thing with the sticky stuff, the other jar. I'm using the same knife. Okay.
Okay.
And do the same thing with that, with the other piece, I can't see out of one eye. Do the same thing with the sticky stuff. That's all I said.
All right. All right. Keep
Now-
going. Reading.
Now pick up both the breads and press them together.
Oh, didn't say which one goes in or out.
Oh, right. And bring it to your mouth and eat it.
Hold on, wait. So we've got a little bit of jelly on top. A little bit of peanut butter. Okay. Go ahead.
That was it. That
Nice.
was all I
All
had.
right. All right. Very good. Closer. Closer. I don't know.
Look what you made me do to my jelly.
I know.
I don't know if we would win chopped or anything with this, but All right, nice. Thank you, Kathy. Good stuff. Now, Kyle, your hand was up too. Did you want to do one?
I will take the bait.
All right, come on, brother.
There you go.
See
Here.
what you got.
Put this-
Hold on. Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna use the clean bread.
Here, here are your two knives.
I will be nice. Oh.
So I've got napkin.
I don't think you're gonna be nice, Kyle.
I have two different versions, but one's not making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Open the bread with your hands from the opening of the plastic bag.
Got it.
Yes. Place 2 pieces of bread on the counter.
Done.
Open the peanut butter and set on the counter right side up.
Ah.
Okay.
Hey, he said pieces, not slices.
That's true. I could tear it, I guess.
Valid.
You're mean, Jesus.
Open the jelly and set on the counter right side up.
Okay.
Pick up a knife from the handle in your hand. Scoop the peanut butter with the knife and spread the peanut butter evenly on one slice of bread, only on one side.
The peanut butter?
Yeah, scoop the peanut butter.
All of it?
What are you doing?
You got it. It's going to be a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Make sure it's evenly. I did say evenly. That's my kind of peanut butter sandwich.
This is gonna be protein packed, baby. Okay.
All right.
Got it.
Scoop the jelly. Uh-oh, I messed up. Because I'm impressed. All right, scoop the jelly with the knife and spread the jelly evenly using the knife on the same side
The same
of
slice
the peanut butter.
The same slice?
The same
Oh, you're one of-
slice and the same side as the peanut butter.
Nice.
Yes. That's awesome. Make sure it's even.
Kristen, you are cringing.
I know. Glad I don't have to eat this one.
Okay. Ben.
Place the second piece of bread on top of the peanut butter and jelly side of the other piece of bread.
Nice. Okay.
Enjoy.
Ooh, yeah.
That is a peanut butter. That is no joke.
Now you need some milk.
And a hose.
So funny.
He needs some milk.
All right. Well done. Well done. We got closer.
Here's some milk, Dave.
We got closer. So, okay.
Here.
Thanks. Bottle of water or something. So here's the thing. Working with people as they go to set up their business or they go to build their team and that kind of stuff. Thank you, bud. What I ran into a lot were, things that didn't work. Someone told me, I was really fortunate. I had someone who coached me when I was just starting in business, and they said, hey, anything you're going to do more than once should have a system to it, right? But what they didn't mention and what I learned, after that was your systems have to work. You have to have good systems, right? So not just a system, but a good system, a system that, every time you go to do something, if it's something you do more than once, it shouldn't feel like the first time every time, right? There should be a process to it that's comfortable. That creates efficiency. It increases the level of service that you give to your clients. So when you have something, there's also confidence. And when you're talking with them, they say, hey, how does this process go? And you can define and describe the process in a way that demonstrates a level of ability to serve them at a high level, right? And they can look at it and they go, wow, this person has a high level of professionalism. They know what they're doing. You're easing my mind You're making the process seem, safer and more comfortable. You're the person I want to work with because I have confidence in you. You clearly know what you're doing. It may be your second time doing it, but it feels to them and seems to them like you're an expert, that you're a professional, and you must have done this a million times because there's a process to it. If you're good at writing systems out, then the first time you go through and experience it, you're writing out what you're doing and how you do it, and maybe how you would do it differently and how you improve it. And over time, you improve and improve and improve, and your systems get better. But, what I've found is, I've worked with agents who have been in the business for a long time, 30 years, that kind of stuff. And what most of them have, they have habits instead of systems. And the difference between a habit and a system is you can't leverage a habit. You can leverage a system, right? So I can't hand you my habit. I may do it the same way over and over and over again, but when I go to hire someone to go do that task for me, when I want to leverage that process in my business, but I want my clients to have the same level of service that I would give, right? I want my team to have the same level of service that I would give them, et cetera. Then that person has to do it the way that I do it. It's like franchising, right? So whether they work with you or they work with this buyer's agent on your team or that buyer's agent on your team, they're getting the same service, they're getting the same tools, they can expect the same processes and the same information at the same frequency, right? Because you have a system that you've passed on to them, and that actually helps them be better as well. And it may be people on your team, it may be people who are other professionals that you work with, right? Lender, title, that kind of stuff like that, where you guys get into a rhythm on the same processes. But especially as you go to hire and you go to leverage, and I've worked with so many people as they built teams where it was always, like, man, I've tried to hire an admin and they never work out, right? And it's usually not that the person that you hired, it's usually us, right? Because we can't transfer the knowledge and the processes and the systems. We have experience, we have things that are inside of our head, and we need to be able to get them out on paper so that people can then go duplicate them. And the better we get at doing it, and we, when we write something out, when you guys wrote your instructions, right? I bet after reading, hearing some of these instructions and that kind of stuff, and you looked down at it and you said, my instructions are great, awesome. But when you read them through someone else's lens, right, with a different understanding than what you have, right, there are certain things that we take for granted, right? Well, of course you do this, right? But if someone's never done it before, and then you give them instructions that don't have clarity, right, then they don't know how to do it the way, when we would run our offices, and I had different brokerages all over the place, and we had staff. I had one office where we had the hardest time finding someone who would be like, not an office manager, but the receptionist, but a lot more, right? Helping to run the day-to-day of the office. And so we had temps, and sometimes I had a temp come in for the day, right? And so we had a temp come in, the temp agency would send us someone, they were a skilled receptionist, but they didn't know our office. They didn't know our copy machine and where our paper was, where our toner was, how to operate that particular machine, how to handle certain things that come in, certain types of calls. Maybe they weren't a receptionist in a real estate office before. How do they use showing time to, when people call in to schedule showings, and how do they get that information out? How do we make sure that faxes, that goes back when faxes came through, and what do you do with them and everything else? We had to have processes and systems because I was busy, right? I was meeting with my staff. I was meeting with my agents. I was out recruiting. I was teaching. I was whatever. I wasn't around. You have someone that came in and they were there for the day. I couldn't train them all day long because tomorrow they might not be there and I might have someone else. And so I had to have written out systems so that when they showed up in the morning, I shook their hand, introduced myself, gave them a basic lay of the land, and gave them a book with all of their instructions tabbed out with everything they needed to do. And they needed to be able to operate it and run it while I was in meeting. It needed to happen, right? And so we learned over time how to do that. Because sometimes it was like Lucy and Ethel with the chocolate factory, right? With all the chocolates coming in, they're stuffing them in their shirts and they don't know what to do with them, right? Sometimes I would come out of a meeting and it was like all hell had broken. There was paper on the floor and the kitchen was a mess and the toilet had overflowed and all that other kind. I was like, what the heck happened? And they were like, I don't know. And I'm like, read the book. So we had to figure out what went wrong and build those systems. So it really is amazing how much we assume, right? And you know that what happens with the word assume when you chop that up, right? Make an ass out of you and me. And so we assume a lot in business. We assume a lot with working with our clients, right? There's a lot of assumptions that we make working with our clients that of course they know this, right? Of course, like, why didn't they do this? If you have a listing and you're going to do an open house for them, and you show up to do the open house in the morning and the house is a mess or doesn't have this or this and that or whatever, or there's a showing, right? And they're supposed to leave the house, but there's some things that they should do before they leave the house. So there's, so you get feedback and you're like, the feedback was like, oh, the house didn't show well. Well, why not? Well, what, of course you should clean up the house. Someone's coming to look at your house. Get the dirty clothes off the floor, do whatever, clean the kitty litter, whatever it is, like have the house show, like turn some lights on, all that kind of stuff, put out my business cards, do all the different things, right? And those are things where those are processes and systems, but people don't automatically know that, and they don't automatically know how to do it. And so being able to write good and effective systems, both for yourself, right? Your business becomes scalable. And let's say you go, what if you're just going to go on vacation and someone else is going to handle your business for you for a couple of days? And you go, hey, these are my clients and this is X, Y, and Z. Here's my book on how I do things, right? Here's what their expectations are going to be. So it works for yourself as a solo. It works for yourself as you grow. It works for your business just to be more efficient in your day-to-day business. So this is a really good skill to learn. And so hopefully, again, there's so many things where, we took it to the absurd, but I'll tell you, as like Jesus pointed out, right, and some others along the way, there are some other things I could have done, and you will be amazed when you hire people and you give them tasks to do, and you're like, you did what? And they're like, well, you said to do this, and you're like, well, yeah, but not like that. Like any idiot knows. But it's like, hey, they're coming from a whole different perspective and experience set than you are, and so you never know how people are going to do it. And so it's really important to get those systems drilled down so that you can leverage them. And most of the people you're going to hire to do the leverage activities are going to be high S people, right? They're going to be really good at following the systems and instructions that you give them, but they're not going to want to stray outside of what you give them and be creative as far as like straying from it. They're going to want to do what you're asking them to do a great job. And so they're going to do what you give them. And they're not going to go, oh, they probably meant this. She probably wants this, or I think it should be like this. Most of them are not going to do that, especially at first. And so you really have to lay it out there. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys as an exercise. This is something I teach during team building, which is, it's a lot of fun and it's messy and all that good stuff. But
About what we said, sure.
But yeah, so if you guys have, as we're wrapping up here, are there any questions that we can answer for anyone to see? It looks like Julie and Bryce have their hand up. Do you guys have a question, Julie? You're muted if you're talking. Nope. Okay. Any questions, anybody? We're good?
It's all great.
This was fantastic. Thank you. Such good mindset.
Awesome, guys. Well, hey, we're going to get all the slides out to you from today. The video will be posted and that kind of stuff, so you can go back and laugh at us again. But we appreciate you being here. We're so excited for the future of our FYR group and for what you guys are doing. We're here to help you out. So, just reach out, let us know what we can do. Use the calendars, use the workplace group, get plugged in any way you can. And if you're looking to do some different things in your area and you would like some support in that, hit us up. We're happy to help you. We appreciate you. Don't forget Tuesdays. It starts this Tuesday. So with the devotional. So if you want to jump into that, I know it's early on the West Coast. But some of you are early risers and it's a great way to start your day. And if it continues to take off, either we'll do another one that's later in the day or someone else might lead one or what have you. So,
And I promise I will be in a baseball cap. So, and probably a sweatshirt unless it's the weather changes up here. So do not feel the need to.
Yeah, it's not fancy.
No.
come as you are. All right, guys. Thanks again. We appreciate you. Let us know how we can support you and we'll see you soon. See you next Friday.
Thank you.
Fridays.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Do you guys deliver peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yeah, this one. You can have this one, Kyle.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna get Phil on this one.
Oh.
Who gets to clean?
I think I'm gonna throw this away, Kathy.